You are listening to the Brian Craig Show podcast, broadcasting from sunny South Florida. Brian is joined by his wife and co-host, Kathy. Follow Brian on social media at briancraigshow.com. And now, Brian and Kathy.
Welcome to the Brian Craig Show podcast. I'm Brian Craig, always joined by my wife and co-host, Kathy. This is a very special report, and huge news just came out about a bribery scandal directly tied to Joe Biden. Now, I'm going to go through the details of this story, and I know what people are going to say as they're listening to this. We knew, they're going to say a variety of things. We knew this already. Okay, because I want to get rid of the negativity about the greatness of this story, that he's being exposed for the criminal that he is right in the beginning. I'm going to get to it. So for those that say, we know this already. Yes, we know Biden's a crook. We know he's on the take. There's a difference between us suspecting something and there being hard evidence proving it.
Well, now what's important is it's the mainstream media is acknowledging it.
That's true, but
that's what really is what's significantly
there is
different.
Now physical evidence that you could use in a court of law and say, here's the proof. That's different than, we knew this already. Okay, I hate when people say that. The other one,
I know you do.
The other one is this. Well, he's not going to go to jail. Oh, well, let's just not talk about it then, right? No, Joe Biden is not going to go to jail, okay? Hunter Biden, that's another story. Okay, this guy's a mess. Joe Biden's not going to go to jail, okay? If that's your standard, you're going to be disappointed, and you're setting yourself up for failure. But it's what Kathy just said. The mainstream media not only are covering this story, we have concrete evidence that it's true. This shows you that the powers that be and the Democrats are purging Biden from the mix. And I said to you about 2 weeks ago, and I've been saying it ever since, that I do not think Joe Biden is going to be the Democrat nominee. That doesn't mean that it's going to be Robert Kennedy. I think it's most likely to be a third person, like maybe Gavin Newsom or even Governor Cuomo or somebody we haven't thought of yet.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's going to be Michelle Obama.
It's not going to be Michelle Obama. No way. Michelle Obama's never worked in her life. She's not going to start working now.
I agree with you on that.
No. It's not going to happen. But let's get to this, because this is, I don't want to talk about Michelle.
Never say never.
This is a huge, huge story. It is the lead in every media outlet in America. Here's the headline: Biden's criminal bribery scheme with a foreign national. Whistleblower claims FBI and the Department of Justice have a file detailing Joe's exchange of money for policy decisions when he was vice president. This is huge. In fact, this is the largest crime ever committed by a sitting president or vice president of the United States, with the exception of the war crimes committed by Bush and Cheney when they knowingly lied about weapons of mass destruction, okay?
Yeah.
So I don't want to keep that out,
Yeah, I think that's pretty big too.
Oh, yeah, well, because many people have died and lost their limbs and terrible things. But let's go through this story. The FBI has a document. See, that's what I mean about evidence. Hardcore documented proof.
Right.
The FBI has a document detailing a criminal scheme where Joe Biden gave a foreign national cash for access when he was vice president. Republicans said in a bombshell development in the investigation into the president's family. A whistleblower has come forward. Keep in mind, they impeached President Trump for a phone call, right?
Incredible.
This guy's, taking cash money and doing things. A whistleblower has come forward with stunning claims that a file includes a precise description of how the alleged criminal scheme involving Joe Biden was employed, as well as its purpose, top GOP members of the House and Senate have said. Senator Chuck Grassley, he's the Republican from Iowa, and House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer from Kentucky, also, of course, a Republican, have now issued a subpoena to the FBI demanding the internal document be handed over to Congress. Now, this is something. For all these people that say we lost in the midterm, I don't know how they call it a loss when we fired Pelosi and the Republican now has the Speaker of the House. this is the importance of even having a one-seat majority. We have a bigger majority than that, but even having a one-seat majority gives us control to have oversight committees and investigations like this, and that's the importance of it. So they've demanded in a subpoena that the document be handed over, which they'll be required to do.
Right.
It is a significant update in the Republican influence peddling probe into the Biden family and comes just hours after reports said prosecutors were close to deciding whether to criminally charge Hunter Biden in his tax and gun probes. The House Oversight Committee has accused multiple members of the Biden family, including Hunter and Haley. Haley's Bo's wife, right? I think that's Bo's wife.
Yeah, I don't know.
Were involved in shady business deals where they profited off of the family name.
So that means Bo was doing it too. If his wife was doing it, then I would think he was doing it.
I don't know, but
just because he was served in the country doesn't mean he's some squeaky clean guy.
I don't know. I have no idea. We believe the FBI possesses an unclassified internal document that includes very serious and detailed allegations implicating the current president of the United States, Grassley said. What we don't know is what, if anything, the FBI has done to verify these claims or investigate further. The FBI's recent history of botching political charge investigations demands close congressional oversight. In a letter to the Attorney General Merrick Garland and FBI Director Chris Wray, obtained by multiple media outlets, the top Republicans state that due to credible whistleblower disclosures, they are seeking access to an internal FBI-generated FD 1023 form through a subpoena. The form allegedly details an arrangement between Joe Biden, this isn't Hunter, between Joe Biden and an unnamed foreigner for an exchange of money for policy decisions. And this document file and investigation is probably the file that they use to control Biden to get anything they want done. You know, we talk about how the deep state runs things. They had the phony Russian dossier. They took to Trump. He said, get out of here. See, they have these files on all these creeps in Washington. This is what they have on Biden to get him to do what it is they want him to do. That's how he signs off and then break into the Mar-a-Lago.
And they didn't have files on Trump, so they had to make one up.
And he said, get out of here with that.
And it was all made up. They didn't have anything on him that was usable, so they made up a Russian dossier.
But Joe Biden's a criminal, and they got real stuff on him.
Exactly.
We have received legally protected and highly credible, unclassified whistleblower disclosures. Based on those disclosures. See, now this is where it's kind. I know this sounds strange to say, but you know, when something negative happens, you try to take the positive out of it. So, you know, these phony impeachments against Trump, they set a lot of legal precedents here that we can employ against Biden. We have received legally protected and highly credible, unclassified whistleblower disclosures. Based on those disclosures, it has come to our attention that the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigation possess an unclassified FD 1023 form that describes an alleged criminal scheme involving then Vice President Biden and a foreign national relating to the exchange of money for policy decisions, the senator was right. It's been alleged that the document includes a precise description of how the alleged criminal scheme was employed, as well as its purpose. The lawmakers say that it remains unclear what steps, if any, were taken to investigate the matter, which is concerning due to the significant public interest in the FBI's response. They also say that there is concern among Americans due to the FBI's track record of allowing political bias to infect their decision-making. That's true. According to the subpoena, Wray has until May 10th to turn over the documents, so they're not playing around. I mean, they got the clock going here. The subpoena specifically instructs the FBI director to produce all FD 1023 forms, including within any open, closed, or restricted access case files created or moderated in June 2020 containing the term Biden, including all accompanying attachments and documents to those forms. I mean, these guys have really done their homework. You know, this is a very detailed, very specific subpoena. The information, so that tells you the whistleblower knows these things exist because they're going after very specific things.
So you think the only reason this is coming, because there's a lot of things like this that are kept under wraps. So you think the reason this is coming out is to make sure he doesn't win the nomination?
That's right.
So I agree with you.
Which is a great thing.
And he might not end up in jail or anything like that, but I think this is definitely going to be used to get people. I don't think he's going to win the nomination.
No.
I think it's going to be Kennedy. That would be crazy. Because I think a lot of older Democrats are going to, respond to him in a positive way. And a lot of Democrats that are not radicalized, which I think is probably the majority of them, they don't want you to realize that, but I think they're going to be like, this guy makes more sense. And he's getting around. He's doing lots of interviews. People are hearing what he has to say. But I don't see anybody else running that would be a contender. I don't see Newsom or
they could come out of they could come out of the woodwork, and which means they'll definitely lose. It'll make it easier for Trump to win, because when you have that kind of divide in the Democrat Party, it's disaster.
And Biden's not going to be able to campaign. Last time he had an excuse to stay in his basement.
There's no excuse.
There's no excuse this time. And he can't campaign through Zoom. I mean, it's just not going to happen. So I think if you get a younger, fresher, more moderate perspective, I think he could be in trouble. And this definitely resonates.
Biden is done. The information provided by a whistleblower raises concerns that then Vice President Biden allegedly engaged in a bribery scheme with a foreign national, Comer added in his statement. The American people need to know if President Biden sold out the United States of America to make money for himself. Senator Grassley and I will seek the truth to ensure accountability for the American people. Of course, FBI, DOJ have not responded. As part of an ever-growing number of investigations against Hunter Biden, Republicans on the House Oversight Committee have also reviewed IRS documents and suspicious activity reports that they claim prove that the Biden family corruption and influence peddling has benefited at least 12 family members. It's an entire criminal family here.
Yeah, it's like the Gaudis here.
Comer said last month that there won't be anyone left for a Christmas picture because the entire Biden family is entrapped in the financial enrichment scheme. According to the reports reviewed by Comer's committee, he previously confirmed Biden's brother Jim and son Beau's widow Haley benefited from the foreign business deals.
It's amazing. This is what they always accuse Trump of doing.
Everything they're doing.
And now we know where it comes from, because they know this is how Biden operates. And liberals like to project something onto somebody else. And
that's right.
And covering up Biden's crimes, they projected it. They don't even realize they do it. And they projected it onto Trump. It's a personality flaw that they have among many.
That's right.
And so they project it onto him. And so now what they're accusing the Trump family of doing is really going on with the Bidens. So it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds for sure.
Another whistleblower from the IRS, so now there's two whistleblowers.
Oh, boy.
Came forward claiming that a senior Biden administration official interfered with the DOJ special counsel probe into Hunter, led by a U.S. attorney in Delaware. I mean, this is
So you don't think this is just organic, that these are just genuine whistleblowers? You think this is the deep state going after him?
After Biden.
You don't think these are just genuine whistleblowers that have had enough and that want him out? I mean,
no.
You can have one person that really is not happy with a candidate that would do something like this to try to prevent them from running.
No.
How do you know?
What I think's going on here is, you've seen the latest polls. The latest Republican primary polls have President Trump at 62 or 63% and DeSantis at 16, right? This Emerson poll.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
They have internal polls that we don't see that are truly scientific, that are Trump versus Biden. And they see how popular Trump is, that he's going to do a slam dunk here against Biden. And they're trying to get Biden out of the way so that they have a chance. They're the deep state.
Look what they did to Hillary with Comey. Like a week before the election, they reopened the investigation.
That's right.
I don't think she would have won anyway, but that didn't help.
It didn't help. The deep state are in a panic that the boss is coming back, Donald Trump. And Biden can't beat him, so they're trying to get Biden out of the way, so they have somebody else running with a hope of defeating Trump, which they won't have. And I don't know who it's going to be. Robert Kennedy is the favorite right now because he's kind of the number two guy in the Democrat, and it very well could be him.
And he has common sense. When he speaks,
Robert Kennedy,
he's more conservative in his thinking.
Robert Kennedy obviously has a passion about the conspiracy around the assassination of his uncle and father.
Well, of course.
And the deep state could go to Robert Kennedy and say, we're going to release everything that really happened about your father and your uncle. Those are the Kennedy assassinations, if there's any Zoomers. If you play ball with us.
Never going to happen.
They could do it. Who knows? Kathy, these are very desperate
Well, so
people.
who do they want in Biden's place? If not Kennedy, who does the deep state want? Do you think Kamala?
Gavin Newsom. He's in the Pelosi family. He's part of the team.
He's insane.
Kathy.
See where San Francisco.
Kathy, they're all insane.
San Francisco just closed, which I've been to San Francisco when I was 13. I loved it. I thought it was a great city. Still is, but not, but it's got problems. There's so much crime there. This is one of the great cities of our country. It has a long history in America.
Yeah.
It's got great stuff and like I said, a long history and everything. They are closing so many stores there. They just closed a Target, Nordstrom, 2 Nordstrom stores. Yeah. Walmarts are closing there because the crime is so bad that these national chains it's not worth for them to have a store there because they're getting robbed so much.
That's right.
Because they passed that law in California that anything under $1,200 they're not going to prosecute. I don't understand how liberals, I don't understand their obsession with supporting crime. I don't understand how they are so against law-abiding citizens. I don't get it. And I don't understand, on top of that, how people can vote for these guys.
Well,
how can you support Democrats?
The thing.
I don't understand.
The Uniparty and the deep state are in a panic, right? They know that Trump can't beat Biden. And the problem they're having is, they know that Biden can't beat Trump. They know that Trump, I said it backwards,
you sound
guys.
like Biden now. You're getting it backwards.
And, I'm getting senile. Getting that Alzheimer's. I just had my birthday, getting the Alzheimer's.
True.
Alzheimer's
You're
coming.
getting older.
They know that Biden can't beat Trump, okay?
Right.
This is what's happened. The forces against Trump, the Uniparty and the deep state, are always scheming. And all their schemes fail. They thought right now, this new poll, Trump at 62, DeSantis at 16, they thought that would be reversed. They thought they were going to arrest Donald Trump in New York, that he would drop in the polls. He would probably drop out. DeSantis would be polling high and would be the nominee, and they wouldn't have Trump to deal with. All that failed.
Yeah, he was the great white hope.
So DeSantis.
And now their hopes and dreams are crumbling.
So what they're doing, Kathy, they're in a panic. So they're bringing these whistleblowers are fake whistleblowers, but that's okay by me. They're working for the deep state and the Uniparty to try to get Biden out of the way so they can plug anybody in. Newsom, Governor Cuomo, who knows?
I think because of Trump, we're in a new era of
They're
politician.
In a panic.
We are now in the era of politician that does not resign or quit. You have Trump, who's leading the charge. Then you had that governor from Virginia in the Klan outfit. He didn't get reelected, I don't think, but he didn't resign. Al Franken resigned, but then immediately regretted it. I think you have I don't think Biden's going to resign or drop out. You have a new era of politician that doesn't do that anymore. They stick it out because they know that the news cycle is so short. People's attention spans are so short that you have a scandal and then a week later there's another scandal and people forget about it, which is true.
Yep.
Unless it comes out like right before an election, like the week, like with Hillary and Comey, it's really would have zero impact. Unless this really evolves into something something happens.
They can get Biden to drop out by doing two things. First, they're not going to get him to drop out by calling him a criminal. He's criminally insane. He doesn't even know that what he's doing are crimes. He
probably thinks that makes him cool.
But they can, between the scandal and a payoff, they can get him to drop out. If all Biden cares about is getting paid. That's all he cares about. And getting
that would be a pretty big payoff because he's making a lot of money off other countries.
They have unlimited funds. They can set him and his family up forever with all the money they want, get him out of the way. Now, Mother's Day is right around the corner. There's no better place to do your Mother's Day shopping than MyPillow.com. And with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, there's huge deals and huge savings. You can take advantage of all the specials at MyPillow.com with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. But I'm going to tell you what I think is the best deal right now. I'll tell you about more later in the week, but one deal I think is the best is the MyPillow 2.0. It's a new and improved, upgraded version of the MyPillow that started it all. And it has that patented fill inside, but the cover is made of a special material with cooling technology so that your head and face don't get warm or hot at night. Kathy and I have been sleeping on ours for, I don't know, over a month now.
You get that with the new mattress pad, you're golden. If you have somebody in your family that has hot flashes like me or gets hot in their sleep, which is a lot of people, especially in the summertime, we're getting into hot months. If you get the pillow and the topper that have the new cooling technology, they'll be very comfortable.
Yeah. Now, the MyPillow 2.0s are buy one, get one free. And this is a great idea for Mother's Day because 1 month after Mother's Day is Father's Day. So if you get mom, you order them both, you get both of them, the MyPillow 2.0, buy one, get one free with our promo code Kane. You give mom the MyPillow 2.0 with cooling technology, keep the other one. Don't tell dad about it. By the time Father's Day comes around, he'll be wanting that MyPillow 2.0 with the cooling technology because mom will be telling him how great it is, and you already have it.
He'll be very jealous.
Yeah, the MyPillow mattress topper 2.0. We have one. We got one for our guest bed for our daughter. It has cooling technology as well. The MyPillow 3-inch mattress topper 2.0 with cooling technology is 40% off and free shipping with our promo code Kane at checkout. KANE at mypillow.com. All right, got some new ratings here. MSNBC versus Fox. The Fox boycott continues, and we've been standing strong with that, everyone. Have you been slipping? I hope not.
No, not at all. Not at all.
New ratings out. MSNBC tops Fox News in primetime ratings for key demos and total viewers in the week after Tucker Carlson's exit. I'm not going to read through all the numbers, but they're losing to MSNBC.
That's crazy. I'm sure they're happy.
President Trump's town hall on CNN. CNN is going to be number one next week against Hannity when that happens.
But meanwhile, MSNBC's viewership hasn't gone up necessarily, right? It's just that Fox's has gone down below. People aren't going to MSNBC.
No.
Their viewership's the same.
Yes.
It's just that Fox has had such a drastic drop.
Correct.
They've dropped below MSNBC's normal viewership, which is pretty significant.
When Trump is on CNN next week, CNN's going to be number one in that slot. And that night in primetime, which is next Wednesday, it's a week from today, Fox News could end up being number 3 in the night behind MSNBC.
Which has not happened. I don't think it's ever happened.
Because the Trump people that have left Fox are going to be watching Trump on CNN. And a lot of the people that are still watching Fox are going to be over on CNN too. You understand what I mean?
Now,
it's going to be a big hit.
I've seen people in your chat and leave comments that they will not watch this because it's on CNN. But it's not about. I'm going to make
Trump
my
ratings.
case to you. It's not about CNN. It's about Trump.
Yeah.
And if you watch this and it does really well, they'll have him on more. And CNN's not going to change Trump. They're not going to change him at all. But having him on the network more and more, he's trying to repair, obviously, his relationships with these media outlets because, they help him. They're going to help him win, whether they realize it or not. But if you watch it when he's on, they'll have him on more. They'll be like, wow, we got a lot of ratings. We got to bring him on more.
I didn't see the people in the chat who were saying that, so I don't know who said it. But a lot of people who say such things are liberal trolls trying to discourage you from watching.
No, these were people that are normally
these are people,
in there.
Okay?
Yeah, these are your regulars.
Oh, my gosh. Guys, you got to think. Okay. The
reason...
reason...
Do you agree with what I said, though?
Yeah.
They'll have him on more.
You want Trump to have higher ratings. The mainstream media have not been carrying the rallies or Trump speeches for years. And I know what people are saying. Well, I watch Right Side. Well, you're not everyone. Most people don't watch Right Side broadcasting. Millions and millions of people get their news from television. And if the Trump speeches and rallies are not on TV, millions of people don't even know they happen.
Plus, we're trying to reach a different audience.
Well, okay.
We're trying to convert other people to the Trump train.
There's a couple things here. Yes, Kathy's right. We would have done better in the midterms if they had Trump on the mainstream media. There was a total blackout
exactly
of Trump on cable news. People that get their news from cable news, they don't even know that Trump had all those rallies in the midterms. They don't even know it. And it's important for him to be on these things. And I was talking about on the podcast yesterday that the people that watch CNN, there are millions of people that watch CNN who have not heard Trump speak about the issues in years. Remember, the last year of his presidency was all about COVID. They have not heard him talk about regular issues in years. Their opinion of Trump is based on a stereotype crafted by Don Lemon and all these jerks on CNN. Right. And when Trump is over there in a town hall speaking to the CNN audience, millions of their viewers are going to say, wow, he's very reasonable. I didn't realize he's right about this. He's right about that. I'm shocked he's not the person I thought he was. So it's important.
Just the fact that he's on CNN, okay, it sends a message to people. It's almost like, not that he needs their approval, but it's almost like the media is saying, this guy's not dangerous.
Correct.
We've been telling you he's dangerous, but now we realize he's not. Mm-hmm. And that really, I think, will resonate, whether it's subconscious or not, with people. Because after J6, I never thought he'd be on social media or on the news ever again. And they labeled him and us as, domestic terrorists. Now they're having him on and giving him a town hall. Things have changed.
Well, okay.
And that's what Trump has patience.
Okay,
because
that's another thing.
He knows the winds change.
That's another thing that's important. Trump appearing on CNN means that CNN is finally saying he did not instigate or lead an insurrection.
Exactly.
If they thought he did, they wouldn't have him on their air to tell him.
Exactly.
It clears Trump.
That's right. That's how I see it.
And you want Trump to be able to say on Thursday that he was number one in prime time. So you got to watch it.
I know it's hard to watch CNN.
You got to watch it.
It's about Trump. It's not about CNN. And you have to send that. I mean, clearly, people are listening to the conservative market. I mean, look what happened with these products and these companies that are endorsing certain things, and even Fox with the ratings. I mean, we are making an impact with what we watch and what we don't watch, what we buy, what we don't buy. And it's being paid attention to because we're all doing it collectively. It's like we're all on the same page here. And if everybody watches this and they get like 3 or 4 million views or maybe more, 5 million or more, they're going to have him back on multiple times. They're going to do more town halls. They'll interview him more, and that'll help him. I mean,
we got to bring over more people other than the ones we already have.
Yeah,
right?
We're already convinced. We need other people that are on the fence.
You can't speak. You can't just preach to the choir.
Well, liberals are having a freak out the fact that he's on CNN, so that's reason enough to watch it. He'll never be on MSNBC. I mean, they're just completely insane with Trump derangement syndrome. But at least the higher ups at CNN realize that Trump is good for the ratings. They realize that people want to hear from him. If they didn't think this was going to be a rating slam dunk, they wouldn't be doing this. But they're trying to pick up some of that Fox audience, even if it's just for a night. And they might be thinking in their delusion, well, if we start having Trump on more, we could pick up some of those people because they're walking around not knowing where to go. And there might be some truth to that.
That's right. That's right. Now, one last thing I want to mention about this. I told you guys yesterday that Fox is going to pull stunts to try to get you back on. And I'm not watching Fox, okay? But I do see things on Twitter that happen on Fox, all right? Last night, what's his name? Jesse Kelly. I saw this on Twitter.
No, not Jesse Kelly. You always call him Jesse Kelly. Jesse Waters.
Why do I call him Jesse Kelly all the time?
You're insulting Greg Kelly. Jesse Waters is horrible.
Jesse Waters. Okay, I saw this. I saw this on Twitter today. Last night, Jesse Waters says he can tell what who's an illegal immigrant by looking at them. So he's trying to sound like a bigot to try. That tells you how he thinks about MAGA people that have left Fox. He thinks we're bigots. He says he can look at someone and tell if they're an illegal immigrant.
That's how he feels.
No, what he's doing is he said something so that would get out there to try to get MAGA people to come back because he thinks we're bigots. Oh, well, look, Jesse.
No, I don't think so. I think you're giving him way too much credit. He's just stupid.
Well, I will agree that he's stupid.
I think he really feels that way. I don't think he did it to help Fox.
Well, regardless, they're going to be pulling all kinds of stunts to try to get you to go back over there. Don't fall for it. Don't go back to Fox.
So you think he said that to try to get because you think conservatives are
Kathy,
racist? I'm confused.
These hosts like Jesse Waters and them, they make a lot of money, but a lot of their salary is based on their ratings. And if they don't deliver ratings, they don't get paid as much.
So you think he said it to kind of be like, to try to bring people, conservatives, back into the fold because he feels conservatives are anti-illegal. And
Well, we're anti-illegal. We don't like criminals, but he thinks that we're bigots. So he said something that could be perceived as bigotry to try to get people to come back. Yes. He thinks he's pandering. Don't fall for this crap, okay? That's just the beginning. He's gonna pull other things. They're all gonna try to pull things. Hannity, I'm sure, was doing high fives when Tucker got let go, but now he's like, well, wait a minute, I'm losing my audience.
His audience is down 25%.
It is going to get worse.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to get worse.
Keep it up.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're out of time for today. I'm Brian Craig, always joined by my wife and co-host Kathy. This is the Brian Craig Show podcast. We will talk to you next time.
Robert Allen Miltenberg invites you to time travel with him to the Roman future. His new novella, available at Amazon.com and Barnes & Noble. It's the golden age of Rome, a time of peace and prosperity. And Scadius Commodius Lavatorius is its greatest scientist. But for all he's achieved, one question haunts him. Will Rome survive the test of time? There's only one way to find out. Come along on this cosmic romp of an adventure. See if you can read the signs any better than a brilliant scientist can. Prediction, science fiction, allegory, national glory. This is a satire at its most gladiatorial. Center stage in the Circus Maximus of your mind. A story of time machines and timeless politics, strange Roman cuisine and gambling parlor tricks, spinning gold and crossing the river Styx. That's the Roman future. Available on Kindle and paperback. Go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble now and visit The Roman Future by Robert Allen Miltenberg today.